gentlemen, we're going to bring out our next comedian. Please welcome to the stage, the very funny Valentina Comito.
Hello, everyone. My name is Valentina Comito. I'm Albanian nationality from Kosovo. Straight from college to be with my family. So, if you don't know anything about Albanian, they are known for very stubborn, loud. So, example, my dad, when he talks on the phone, he lives in the 5th floor. You can hear the conversation from in the 1st floor. That's how loud. We have really good food, pretty women, and we are always right. And if you don't believe me, just ask my husband. The main thing I don't want to forget, even women, they have balls. When I mean balls, meaning we hide it pretty good. What I mean with that, we are pretty tough. But we seriously have balls. So talking about balls, like we've been in quarantine. I've been married 14 years. So me and my husband have a conversation. Hey, we need to do some activity together so to spice our relationship up. I'm like, okay. He talked about the comedy show. I'm like, I'm funny in Albanian, but I'm not funny in English. So if you translate Albanian to English, it doesn't make no sense. I said, okay, this sounds good. I will do it. So then, that's going to be our date night. And then when I got in the class, I thought about it. I'm like, holy shit, I need to go in comedy club just to go out? How good is our relationship? I'm like, man, I have a long list to work on that, for sure. So recently we have a fence guy, we want a private fence, we just got a dog, and then he came in and he started talking about his relationship without even asking. Which, me and my husband were out and then just asking a specific question, and he started talking about how he was married with a first wife. She was very stubborn. She really didn't cook well, and I'm like, holy shit, I don't cook good. And I'm very stubborn too. And then he's like, I find the younger lady, like, she's great. She can freaking cook. And I'm like, okay, if my husband was behind me, I can feel his energy pretty much saying, holy shit, that's fucking awesome. I didn't see anything in the front of the guy, just to be respectful. And when we go in the house, as I said earlier, we have balls. I was like, hey honey, what was that? He's like, what? I was like, I can see your smile, your energy. I made this term, Albanian hug, and for you just to know what does that mean, it's choking. So then I'm like, honey, you're not gonna make it to the second wife because I freaking will choke you. I got permission to tell this story as Albanian. We want to be respectful to our husbands. So I'm gonna tell some story about our sex life. And let me just say this, we are in the comedy show, so I might add some stuff, you know, just because I can, you know. So when you are 14 years married, I have 2 kids, your body changed. Inside in my head, I'm like, I'm not sexy anymore. I need to do something about it. So I went upstairs and find the outfit. I bought it 20 years ago and tried to put it on. And for the guys, they don't have no idea. That takes me 45 minutes to put it on. And then I'm like, hey honey, come upstairs, I need some help. He's playing video game in this time, okay? He's like, what do you want? You can imagine my mood. I'm like, great. I'm like, hey, just come upstairs, I need your help. He finally came up, and he looked at me and was like, ooh, that's really sexy. I'm like, yeah. And let me just say this, the party ended after 5 minutes. So after all that 45 minutes, I'm like, holy shit, okay. And he's like, well, I can help you, you're so sexy, you know? should I take this a compliment or this is suck? And then, at the top of that, he goes like, I owe you one. I'm like, what? What is that supposed to mean? And inside of me, I'm like, just shoot me in my head. And then obviously as a woman, you're like, yeah, no problem. And let me just rephrase this. This, I owe you one, I have a list of 198 times. So I'm like, if I have that money, I will at least buy something for myself. Coming from Kosovo in my generation, we really didn't drink. And I don't do good with drinks. I'm the cheap drinker. I have 2 drinks and I get drunk. So I have started a new position in sales, and then one of my coworkers was like, just go buy margarita, you're gonna feel better. Like, that sounds great. Okay. So I went in the Kroger, bought the margarita, I was by myself, decorated, start the music, I love dancing. I'm dancing, I feel great, right? I'm like, yeah, this is freaking awesome. I'm gonna start drinking a lot more. And then my husband came, and I'm like, hey, I brought margarita. He's like, oh, that's great. And he goes to the kitchen, he's like, what is the alcohol? What do you mean? He's like, this is just mixer. And I'm like, oh, okay, I guess everything is in your head.